What if the place that gave you everything, your work, your food, your safety, suddenly became your greatest threat? Cities are built on fragile systems: electricity, fuel, law, and routine. Remove one, and the others fall like dominoes. It doesn't take days. It takes hours. Traffic lights fail. Elevators stop. Cell networks crash. And silence begins to spread like smoke through the streets. The city that never sleeps becomes a beast with no control. Tonight, we're going to walk through how to survive that beast, how to move, hide, and stay alive when millions panic around you. This isn't about fear. It's about understanding how fast the world can change and how you can adapt faster. Make sure to subscribe to A Small Town Prepper, because when the lights go out, information becomes survival. The first hours after a collapse are chaos disguised as confusion. People still think help is coming. They open their phones, refresh their screens, call 911, but nothing answers. This is when you need to be calm, not curious. Before you do anything, stop and listen. Do you hear sirens, crowds, gunshots, silence? Each sound tells you how far society has already fallen. Stay inside. Secure your entry points. Turn off lights that can be seen from outside. If you're on the ground floor, move to an inner room or upper level. You're not hiding from people yet. You're hiding from panic. Within hours, the first wave of fear hits. Grocery stores flood with desperate shoppers. Fights break out over batteries and bottled water. That's when you start observing patterns. If the police are still visible, the collapse hasn't fully arrived. When they vanish, you're on your own. Your first goal isn't escape, it's intel. The ones who understand what's happening early decide who lives later. When you do have to move, remember this: cities aren't built for survival. They're built for efficiency. Main streets, intersections, and subway stations will all become traps. Every car that dies on the road becomes a barricade. Every intersection becomes an ambush point. Move through the city like water through cracks. Avoid roads. Avoid crowds. Avoid curiosity. Use service alleys, parking garages, and rooftops as arteries. They're quieter, less predictable, and usually ignored. If you travel at night, control your light discipline. No flashlights unless absolutely necessary, and only under cover. When you hear noise ahead, freeze. Don't look for trouble. Let trouble pass. Every decision should be quiet, deliberate, and forgettable. Your goal is to be invisible, a shadow that moves when no one's watching. When the taps go dry, panic begins. But water is everywhere, if you know where to look. Office towers store hundreds of gallons in rooftop tanks and boilers. Apartment buildings hold water in their heating systems. Older homes have tanks above toilets, and even fire sprinkler systems hold drinkable water for days if accessed correctly. Rainwater collection works fast. Spread out plastic sheets, trash bags, or even tarps between structures. Runoff from rooftops can fill containers in minutes during a storm. Always purify what you find. Even clear water can carry bacteria that will take you down faster than hunger. Carry filters, bleach, or purification tablets. If you have none of that, boil it, even if it costs you fuel. Water is life, but in the city, it's also bait. Never gather water where crowds do. Desperation makes people violent. If you're still watching, you already think differently than most people. Calm, curious, prepared. That's the mindset that keeps you alive. This is A Small Town Prepper, and we talk about the real version of survival, the one that doesn't care how much gear you bought. Subscribe now and stay ready for the lessons most people won't hear until it's too late. When shelves go empty, hunger makes people do dangerous things. The first instinct is to raid stores, but that's suicide by crowd. Think smaller. Think forgotten. Office buildings have vending machines. Construction sites have supply trailers with canned goods and bottled drinks. Apartment mailrooms often hold untouched food deliveries when everything stops. You're not eating for comfort. You're eating for function. Small meals that keep you alert are better than full ones that slow you down. Every calorie becomes a decision. Spend it wisely, and always carry something high energy, low weight, jerky, nuts, granola, or protein bars. If you must cook, use smokeless methods. Small alcohol stoves, solar ovens, or even candles. Smell travels farther than sound in a dead city. Here's the truth. Survival isn't about strength. It's about disappearing. The people who show strength become targets. The ones who look desperate blend in, wear dull colors, smudge dirt on exposed skin, tear your clothing slightly to avoid looking fresh, move like everyone else, slow, tired, unimportant. Don't carry visible weapons. Don't flash gear. Every visible advantage is an invitation for someone to take it from you. The gray man survives because no one remembers him. Every crisis creates magnets, gas stations, hospitals, pharmacies, and government aid centers. These are the death zones. They attract desperation, authority, and violence. If you need medical supplies, hit places no one thinks about. Schools, closed offices, even vending machine first aid kits. Never travel toward noise. Looters chase chaos. Survivors chase silence. When you plan routes, make 3 alternates. Avoid tunnels and bridges unless absolutely necessary. Both become choke points. You don't have to move fast. You just have to move smart. In a city collapse, shelter is not about comfort. It's about concealment. Forget bunkers. They trap sound and attention. You want spaces that look abandoned but structurally safe. Utility rooms, upper-level storage areas, or maintenance corridors. Block light from windows with cardboard or blankets. Sleep in shifts if you're not alone. Keep exits clear and always have a secondary escape route. The best shelter is the one no one notices. The moment the grid fails, people realize how dependent they were on noise. No texts, no calls, no updates, just silence. Paper maps become gold. Write down meeting points for your group. Use chalk or subtle markings to communicate directions if separated. Radios are useful but risky. Every transmission can expose your position. Keep them off until you need them. If you must transmit, keep it short and coded. In a world without signal, discipline replaces technology. Deciding when to leave is the hardest call you'll make. Leave too early, and you risk the unknown. Leave too late, and you're trapped. Watch the signs. No running water, no visible law enforcement, constant fires, and roadblocks that stay unmanned. That's when you go. Before the city becomes a tomb. Travel light. Move before dawn. Stay near water or rail lines. They lead out of the grid. Never travel on main roads. Desperation hunts in daylight. Move with purpose and never look back. Urban survival isn't about tools. It's about timing, awareness, and self-control. It's about knowing what to ignore and what to react to. You don't fight the chaos. You navigate it. Learn your routes now. Find your choke points, exits, and water sources. Practice moving silently in the dark. Learn to read your surroundings. The city rewards preparation and punishes hesitation. You can't control collapse, but you can control your response. And that's what survival really is. Calm in the storm, clarity in the noise. Most people think the wilderness is the hard part. It's not. The real challenge is surviving your own backyard when the world forgets how to function. Don't wait for the warning. Build your plan now. Stay quiet. Stay smart. And remember, the city that once caged you can also hide you if you know how to use it. Subscribe to A Small Town Prepper for more real-world survival guides. And prepare for the day when survival isn't just a hobby. It's the only option.